Uncharted 3 is a marvelous adventure filled with some of the most epic moments in the entire series. It's also a cover shooter where people are constantly trying to give Nathan Drake his chance to chart out the underworld, something I'd really rather not do. But taking cover can be tedious and frankly far too intelligent for my liking, so what if I say no to doing that? And no to rolling out of danger as well, because that's what cowards do. Sure, those cowards are still living, and I definitely won't be, but that's semantics. With a spoiler warning, hard difficulty selected, and my will written, let's go beat Uncharted 3 without rolling or using cover. Nothing quite like starting the game off with a shady deal going bad, leading into a good old-fashioned bar fight. It does feel a tad odd that literally everyone I'm fighting is bald, with zero exceptions. Oh my god, we're doing more damage to these bald men than the recessive gene. Getting jumped in the alley leads to being confronted by the big bad of the game, an English woman with a trick knife umbrella, which I can only conclude makes this the penguin's mother. She robs me, but at least as the main character, that's the worst that can happen.
Give me that back.
Oh no. Oh.
Shut up.
Huh. Well, we had a good run. The game was a little longer than I expected, to be honest. Sort of dragged in the middle. Oh wait, never mind. Time to stalk young Sully. And yes, the tutorial does force me into cover, but as Sully isn't trying to murder Teen Drake, plus it's a tutorial, it doesn't count. Sully isn't in any danger, unlike me versus my age-old enemy, gravity. It's a force that never quits being a downer. Penguin's mother is here in the past, causing me more anguish, or I guess anguish for the first time, since the other hasn't happened yet? But either way, it results in me sprinting from her Matrix-loving agents until I become cornered on a roof. While I'd have jumped into oblivion, Nathan instead settles for a Sully rescue and adoption. And then we're back to the present, where it turns out Charlie Cutter faked our deaths, so we can tail Mother Bird back to her nest. Were those other men who chucked me through a window also in on this? One of them killed Sully in another timeline, so mad respect for how committed to the acting everyone is. This won't kill me, will it? Yes. Yes, it will. After spending far too much time snapping Nathan's ankles, I find myself forced by the game into cover when attacked by two agents. I literally start the fight like this, and there's no way out of it. But I try to make up for it by never retreating back into cover so I can quickly gun the two men down while in maximum danger. I'm more than happy to prove why hiding behind cover is the intelligent choice, as I'm repeatedly gunned down in the fighting here. Nathan is a luck god, and that's the only reason I can ignore so much damage long enough to get my shots off. But even then, I have to make every one of them count with the very limited time I have. Moving at all, even slowly, while firing is infinitely preferable to standing still, as these well-dressed goons aren't very good shots. Nice to have something in common with them. Perks of having a machine gun is you don't have to be a very good shot. You'd think my allies would provide valuable backup, but I've learned to love the personalities, not the abilities of my Uncharted companions after the pain of Uncharted 2. Machine gun in hand, we escape the lair and take off for France.
Just like in Lawrence's notes. Gotta have more faith in me, Sully.
Have faith that I can fly, Sully. You didn't have enough faith, Sully. I would have lived. Oh. But he's perfectly fine. Whatever Nathan and Lara Croft eat or consume in order to be this hardy, I need to know. Spraying and praying against another horde of bald men, I'm often flopping to the floor at the behest of a shotgun unit or tower sniper. It's quite nice though when the shotgunners choose to kick me, as opposed to, shoot me dead. How I managed to survive the hail of bullets from all sides, I really don't know. I simply keep firing and hope. It usually doesn't work out, but the wonderful thing about this game is how generous the checkpoints are. I solve some puzzles with ease and definitely don't spend 20 minutes wandering back and forth, causing smoke to spill forth from my ears as my brain works in overdrive in a desperate attempt to conjure a single sensible thought. As a wonderful reward for my genius, I'm given an endless number of psycho spiders to terrorize me.
Stay close.
Nobody panic. Eat the old man! Eat the old man! Don't kill me! I thought you had to dodge to dislodge them, so I was just accepting Nathan's tragic death needlessly. On the bright side, I'll either become Spider-Man now, or puke out the majority of my insides. It'll be fun to see which.
Come on. Gotta get the hell out of here.
Great.
No. Get the hell out of here does not mean I fall directly into hell. This whole game feels like hatred towards bald people, and I'm very sorry. I have nothing against bald people. Enough has been taken from you. I really can't tell if Nathan is super lucky to survive all of this, or super unlucky to be in this in the first place.
You'll never guess what we've discovered.
The cure to baldness? It could stop a good deal of our enemies from following us.
Secret Society, the British Occult Secret Service, the School of Night, the Hellfire Club,
The Hellfire Club? The X-Men supervillains? I don't think I can fight a bunch of mutants.
What about the other two?
Now they're done. Talbot finished them off in France.
He what me in France? I don't think so. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, who needs to be in France? I can die here. Some foes use laser targeting, which you're supposed to avoid by dodging, but since that's clearly off limits, I find shooting them quickly to be just as effective. It does help that sometimes the enemies have manners and wait for you to finish beating their friend to death before it's their turn. Hanging from the side of a castle for dear life seems fun, I know, but it complicates matters that I have to avoid anything that can shield me from my attackers shooting down on me. It helps that they aren't even looking at what they shoot at. I have no such excuse for when I miss. Adding to my existing pain is this wide open courtyard full of foes ready to bless my hide with bullets. Really does help that they seem more interested in finding cover than firing on me. The value of idiotically lacking any sense of self-preservation finally reveals itself. Perhaps Cutter is jealous of my unexplainable luck, my hair, or the fact that he was drugged into paranoia seconds earlier. Maybe all three. But whatever the case, it leads to throwing down. You're a great fighter, Charlie. Let me just tell you. I mean, sure, I'm your victim, but I want you to get the positive reinforcement you deserve. If Sully and Chloe hadn't been there, I might have had to do something drastic. Like, die. You know, this fire doesn't seem very effective at actually killing the spiders. I think this spider's actively fighting it off. Or maybe this is why they avoid the flames. It breaks their poor physics. Oh, it's on me. Okay, we're good. Whew. Almost lost my cool there. When we're halted at gunpoint, Cutter gives us our chance to skedaddle. But here's where things get real tough. Salvation lies in rolling to avoid the sniper fire or machine guns, but since I refuse to roll, I quickly find myself rolling into the grave. And let me tell you, using your friend as a human shield doesn't work either. Jumping wildly does get me closer, but not enough. Only by being a bit lucky, zigzagging, then momentarily breaking line of fire am I able to just barely make it to freedom. Charlie is a bit less lucky and he doesn't quite stick the landing. That means he gets to rest while I go and die to the army of goons blocking our exit, including 2 shield units. Not only do they flub the whole no cover challenge by their very existence, but they also kill ultra fast, leaving me little room for air. For the most part, I rely on overwhelming firepower to tip them over so I can line up the fatal shot. With 2 friends limping out of the story, we had to make up that difference with the perfect goddess that is Elena Fisher. After struggling with another set of simple puzzles, like the mastermind I am, we're ambushed by more creepy crawlies.
Well, open the door!
Who the heck is eating me? Well, I mean, I figure it's the spiders, but where? I hope it's not Sully. Right as we're exiting, we're ambushed again by agents. There's not that many attackers, but you don't have to be numerous or skilled when your victim is charging at your shotgun with 0 cover and evidently 0 backup. No defense, all offense. Honestly, I only survive here because the enemies love to ignore me if I'm already beating one of them up. I don't understand it, I simply appreciate it. Never free of trouble, Nathan is drugged 2 seconds later and flees in paranoid panic. Anyone see Scarecrow? I'm pretty sure he's behind this. If I shine 3 bat symbols on him, he'll get knocked unconscious, I swear. I just gotta catch him. That lands me in the even worse trouble of dining with Penguin's mother as she threatens my friends. This is how I end every single dinner. Come on, I can take him. I can't take him. Ooh, very refreshing, but I've had enough, thank you. I try not to drink too much water. Now captured by the pirates helping Penguin's mother, I'm happily surprised to find that Nathan can fistfight 10 guys all at once, despite being in less than stellar health. Honestly, I love Batman, but this is actually more impressive than Arkham Combat given Nate has 0 gadgets, armor, fear factor, or even close to the level of training as Bruce. And who needs to triple cape stun a brute when I can just kick them into a new octave? Clearing out the large group of pirates in the next area proves extra difficult, as there's just so many of them. Only by combining stealth, which fails nearly immediately, an RPG for the turret gunner, a plethora of grenades, and running back and forth on this single boat while I desperately fire on the endless cutthroats, do I manage it. I can promise you, I'm super shocked to still be alive at the end of it with how many real deaths and near deaths occurred here. But worry not, I'm instantly gunned down when I finally figure out where to go. Oh, I'm still alive? Oh, never mind. What if I just held my gun to your head? What if I put my gun directly into your skull? That doesn't worry you? I'm genuinely curious if I'll miss. I did! Wow, that's amazing. The fun part about climbing while being shot at is I have to take extra time to purposely ensure I'm not behind cover so I can fight back fairly. It might take a while to pull off the proper shots without dying, but when I do, I bet these guys feel so embarrassed. He's just hanging out. You know what? I deserve this. How do you like this, pal? How do you like this? Oh, he's fine. He's perfectly fine. Can I have that armor? Fighting through hordes of pirates, both on land and on sea, is not easy, and it never really gets any less surprising when I'm still alive. Constantly running away and popping back up to use every last bit of my gun's ammo really proves effective. Honestly, yeah, no, I agree. But who asked your opinion? What really causes me trouble is this boss fight against a brute that realized wearing armor and carrying a machine gun just made more sense than trying to fistfight me, though he's great at that as well. Only by running and gunning away from him could I make any progress, but not quite enough. It wasn't until I embraced the high ground, which should make me an easier target, actually works out for me, easily wiping out both him and all of his reinforcements. I'm just glad it doesn't go to my head. I'm a god, you mere mortals, a god!
There he is.
I'm coming, Sully. Never mind. You're gonna have to wait for Elena. What I really love about Sully not actually being here is that the pirates did everything in their power to keep me from showing up, but still one of them took the time to create a dummy and tie it to a chair just in case I did all the insane, unbelievable fights and stunts to get this far. I'm flattered that they believed in me so much. It takes all my shooting prowess and every bit of ammo I have to make it through the ambush and then hoof it out of there as the ship rapidly sinks. I want to see Leonardo DiCaprio do this. No, wait, not that. Well, maybe.
Get out of here.
Oh, just because he's bald? Come on, leave him alone, Nathan. You don't have to hate every single bald creature you see. Once again proving his super luck, Nathan washes up on shore right where he needs to be to reunite with Elena. They're so freaking adorable. Makes the death loops worthwhile. Better focus up and go infiltrate an airfield so I can go after captured Sully. Oh, hi. Wait. Oh! Look at him. Look at those mimic skills. Nathan is something else. I mean, look, there's the gun on the ground. So, wow. He even mimicked running out of ammo. Darn, Nathan. You are good at what you do. Just unfortunately, none of what you do is actually useful.
So take that Jeep over there and get the hell out of here, all right?
You haven't got much time.
You'll be in my heart all the time that I'm, getting shot right in the heart. I promise. Honestly, I wish she took a little bit more coaxing to abandon me than that. She was like, all right, you know what? He's right. He's gonna die on this trip. And Elena was definitely right not to come with. Literally not a minute passed. Only thanks to Elena realizing sprinting down a plane is a bad idea does Drake manage to sneak on board, immediately get found, and begin the grand cycle of dying once more. This section is pure pain, but constantly moving forward while always aiming for the head? Well, it still gets me killed, but I might trigger a checkpoint or an explosion where everyone else dies. Not really sure why every heavy object in person are blown out right away, except Drake, who takes quite a while to be ripped out. Perhaps it was that tungsten sandwich I ate earlier. You'd really have thought the near drowning of that ship sinking would be the worst thing to happen to Nate this week. But boy, a mere 24 hours later, he's falling out of a plane before being subjected to being stranded in the middle of the scorching desert with zilch supplies and dwindling sanity. It would be so delightful if Darth Maul would just come over one of those dunes and just slice me in two. Spare me the trouble of this walk. Freaking sand. You gotta fight back against the sand. So hot. Well, I may have lost my only means of defense, but I think the sand learned its lesson. Where's Ben Kenobi when you need him? I'm more of a chosen one than that little blonde whiner. Sully, what are the odds? Wonderful to see you. I'm sure you wouldn't be a mirage and break my heart, right? Nah, you would never.
Come in under the shadow of this red rock.
That's very inviting. I think I'll do just that. I always trust random narrating voices that aren't my own. I mean, I've screwed my life up enough.
And I will show you something.
Better to trust the random voices that don't sound like me.
From either your
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Come on, give me a hand.
Clint Eastwood? Is that you, Clint? Alright, it'd be crazy. I saw a mirage of you earlier. You wouldn't let me down by being another mirage, would
I
you?
don't know how long I've been out here. But I think... Sully?
Ah, frick. Sully learned to teleport, and he didn't take me with. That jerk. You think I'm scared of you, son? You're such a chicken that you have to be billions of miles away. Yeah, come down here and face me, you coward. Finally finished walking what I assume to be half the distance our grandparents used to walk every day to school, I stumble upon an abandoned village. Except, of course, this village has tons of agents, just as surprised to see me. Nathan's luck, both good and bad, dumbfounds me. The firefight through this hellish little town is the worst of the game. It makes me yearn for the sand dunes. Only consistent headshots, the honorable rules of melee 1v1s, and grabbing every bit of ammo I can allows me to progress through each fight just to get stuck in the next one. You know, you could have just shot me, but I guess this works. Two can play at that game, pal. You know what? I probably should have just shot you. You're right. Yeah, see, that was much more effective. I'm forced to perfect my shots and my prayers if my luck is going to hold, as I very carefully prioritize my enemies. If I can't put each target down quickly, I will be killed. No question about it, since I have zero defense. It's honestly a surprise that the tank they bring in is actually one of the simplest parts, especially since its destruction immediately triggers a checkpoint for me. Who needs a tank though when a rocket launcher will do their work with ease? But once again goes to show, either I die fast or I win fast. No in between for this challenge. Right here though, the greatest test of the challenge reveals itself. With my back to a wall, I'm forced up against a sniper accompanied by 5 others, which would normally cause little trouble. The thing is, you're not supposed to win this fight, and it shows. If I attempt to flee to a side with more walls, I'll be gunned down. And just to check if it makes sense, I shoved myself deep into a corner and still died despite them having no line of sight. If I can distract them with grenades, I can get closer, only to instantly die if I get too close. If I try to outshoot them, I can usually kill 1, maybe 2, but most just tank my shots. I tested it, then quickly reset, just so I know if using cover provides victory automatically. It will, as the native defenders come to Drake's rescue, but I can't have that. I died over 50 times in this one spot alone, with my death counter now over 330 deaths, but nothing I do provides salvation. I still have one last trick at avoiding using cover or rolling by simply lowering the difficulty down from hard to normal. It's an extreme close call, but this actually works to allow Drake to luck his way through just enough bullets for his rescue. Now having my trusty horse Potato, I change back the difficulty and take off after the truck's holding Sully, with this being a breeze in comparison to the trouble before. It's not easy, but Potato allows me to recover my luck before I go back into the fray every time, reducing my likelihood of death until Sully is saved. With him safe, it's time to take the fight to the agents. Hey, how you doing? Oh, that's awkward. I did not just try and snipe you. Man, I'm really bad with this thing. Give me a second. Nope, one more. Aha, I got one. Worth it. Oh, I see, it's one of those guys. Huh. I guess I don't see any more. Grenades and running away allow me to take down this brute so I can steal his gun, and from there it's just a matter of walking carefully through the storm, shooting everyone I see, and grenading everything else. This allows me to make it to the fabled city of Umar, accidentally chuck myself to my death, then watch as Nathan immediately drinks the water, followed instantly by Sully getting shot. Time for revenge. Oh, you frickin'. I definitely could have shot her. Oh, well, I guess I'm going with Sully. I didn't realize that was a ledge. Things take a turn when Ghost Rider and his posse of Flaming Skulls show up and tear me to shreds instead. These guys absorb a lot of damage, but even worse, deal huge amounts of it before you can blink. I'd be doomed to die here forever if I didn't get a hold of this scoped revolver, which takes each out in 1 or 2 hits. The RPG is pretty helpful too. I am totally ready to give this pistol my firstborn, with how crucial it is to all the fighting here. When the water drugs finally wear off, the fighting becomes much easier. No surprise to find Sully perfectly healthy, cause I think the glowing demon men were a good tip-off that Nate wasn't in the best state of mind earlier. Teaming up with Sully, it is not easy by any means, but it's not the worst fighting my way through the rest of the agents so we can stop them from retrieving the fear chemical in the water for their nefarious plots. Some more painful fighting back the way we came, and we're out just long enough to watch Mama Penguin bite the dust. Like a lot of dust. Some might say too much dust. Then it's time to flee as yet another ancient city crumbles underneath Nathan Drake's touch. Ooh, it looks like a chocolate shake. It doesn't taste like a chocolate shake. Oh, he's hugging me. He's hugging me. I don't like intimate contact. I don't really know you very well. Okay, well, now I know you a lot better. I know how you taste. Not many people could say that, I bet. In the nick of time, Sully saves me, and then I save him for a quick repayment, and we're off with Potato and Salim coming to our rescue. And with that, we can say huzzah! After 9 hours, 15 minutes, and yep, 409 deaths, we can say yes, it is painfully possible to beat Uncharted 3 without dodging or using cover on hard difficulty, as long as you're good lowering it to normal a single time. Thank you all for watching. I'm off to shave my head as penance for severely reducing the bald population. I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Have an amazing day, friends. I only had to die 409 times to get this, and it was worth it. I'd die 409 more